Hello friends, and welcome to your May 2022 Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. It's always such an honor and a privilege to be here, and I hope you enjoy the content that is coming your way. So what are Taroscopes? What are the monthly Taroscopes, you may be asking? So it is 12 individual readings that are done using the same format, using the same structure, but obviously the reading itself is different, and I do one recording or one reading per sign of the zodiac. And basically, the idea behind these is to give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation for the month in question. In this particular case, May 2022. So normally, well, for the last couple of months, I've actually stuck with the same format and done the same kind of reading month for each of the months. But this month, I decided to change it up a little bit. So it is a little bit different from the normal, from the usual. And we're doing a 9-card reading, which is quite a detailed reading. I'm sort of looking at, we get the kind of theme for the month. We look at what you should be avoiding, what you should be embracing, what you need to be watching out for, what action you need to take on something. And then obviously we get a little bit of guidance from Spirit thrown in as well. So there is a lot of information. And obviously the readings are quite broad and quite, I'm almost going to say non-specific, but it's done so that you can apply it to your life regardless of what it is that you're going through. There are, I have to say though, in some of the readings, it does get quite specific as to what you can expect, what you need to do, what you need to watch out for, etc. But they are a lot of fun. And the idea behind them is to just to give you a bit of inspiration, to give you a bit of motivation, and just to help you navigate the month, yourself, your situations, and your circumstances. But it's really to help you be the best version of yourself that you can be. So the videos are put into a private or separate playlist on YouTube so that you can access them whenever you need to. And I do set the intention that it's done for your sun sign, your astrological sun sign, your moon sign, or even your rising sign. So if you know a little bit about your own astrology and you're curious about, on an emotional level, how are you going to be, then you would look at your moon sign, for example. Or if you just want to look up your family members or your children or your partner or whoever it is, you can. You have access to all 12 of the videos. So there will be a May 2022 playlist that you can access and that you can have a look at. And in the description of this particular video, I will have links to the others as well. So you could just, once you've watched yours, you can just open up the description at the bottom and you can go and access all the other zodiac signs as well. And the tarot cards that I'm working with this month, I say tarot cards, but I mean the cards that I'm working with this month is the Tarot of Mystical Moments and I've only got the lid of the box here, difficult to hold, and the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So they do work together, and they work together so well. So this is the pairing that I've chosen to use for our May 2022 forecast readings. So friends, these readings are free. There is absolutely no cost to you at all to access these readings. In exchange, all I ask is for you, if you enjoy the video, to give it a thumbs up. And if it speaks to your heart and soul, just leave me a little comment below. It's always so valued and appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing to my channel. So you get, on my channel, we do week ahead readings every Sunday. They are released for the week ahead. And then once a week on a Thursday, I have changed it from Fridays to Thursdays. So once a week on a Thursday, you will have some kind of inspirational content, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, whether it be whatever it is that comes to me. Occasionally there may be a little bit of a walkthrough of a new tarot deck that I've got, or anything that comes to mind. And I love your support. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I'm going to stop babbling, because you're not here to listen to me, you're here to get your insight into the month of May 2022. So we're gonna, this portion of the video that I'm recording right now, that you're listening to right now, is the same for all signs. So I'm recording one intro, which I stick in front of each of the 12 individual readings. So if you do go to watch another reading, it's like, oh, why is she saying the same things? It's because it's the same video. So, so as soon as I stop talking at this point, it'll go straight into the particular zodiac that you are watching, and then you will get your specific reading. I do hope that you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I look forward to connecting with you shortly. Leo, let's get into your reading and let's have a look and see what the month of May has in store for you. I'm going to give the cards a good shuffle on camera, and I'm going to lay out all the cards from this is the tarot deck, and then I will do the oracle deck. And once I've got all the cards laid out, I'll only start the reading then. And I know not everybody enjoys watching the shuffling and the laying out process, so if you want to fast forward this part of the video, please feel free to do so. If you're on a computer, you can press the L key on your keyboard to fast forward 10 seconds. And if you're on a phone or a tablet, you can just double tap the right-hand side of the video screen and it'll jump you ahead a couple of seconds as well. And once I've got all the cards laid out, you can then carry on watching from there. And of course, for those of you who do enjoy watching the process of the cards being laid out, enjoy. So we are doing Leo for the month of May 2022. Leo for the month of May, we are going to take from the tarot cards, we're going to take a total of 9 cards, and then I will grab a single card from the oracle as well. I think I'm happy with the shuffling. Certainly got a good shuffle, Leo. Right, so we've set the intentions, we've grabbed the cards, cutting over there, and now we're going to lay out the cards. So leaving space for the oracle. And like I said, I'll turn the cards over as we get to them for the individual readings. But I want to just lay out all the tarot, and then I will lay out the oracle, and then we will start. Gosh, I'm not doing a very neat job here, Leo. I do apologize for that. Okay, here is our oracle. Let's give it a shuffle. We're looking for Leo, May 2022, please, Spirit. This is going to be the theme for the month ahead for all Leo energy for the month of May 2022. Okay, cutting the deck there and taking that card. Right, cards are laid out. We have done the hard work. Let's get into it. All right, so Leo, the way we're working is we're going to start with this card over here. So this is the card that gives us the information about how you enter into the month of May 2022. So how does May start off? What are you feeling? What are you going through? What are you dealing with when May first starts out for you? So let's have a look and see the energy that you bring into, or that you start the month of May off with. And we have got the Knight of Swords. I love the Knight of Swords. So here we have this lady. She's got newspaper print dress on. She is flying a feather, as one does. As one does. She's flying a feather, but what we have here, you can see how her hair is moving in the wind. This is about movement. It's about progress. It's about, she's not really thinking anything through. She's just like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So there's that kind of speed, that kind of momentum energy. And this is how you, Leo, are starting the month of May off. Like, that there's a lot that's going on. I've got a lot to do, and let me just get on and do it, okay? So not really taking much time to plan or to strategize. Maybe you did that in the month of April, but there's definitely this kind of sense of urgency, the sense of let's get going, which I think could be good or it could be bad. We're going to see what the rest of the cards have to say. But that's certainly, as the 1st of May ticks over, as you step into the month of May, that's the kind of energy buzzing around you. These next 2 cards, Leo, are going to give us your theme for the month of May. All right, so we're going to look at the oracle card, and we will look at the tarot, and they're both going to talk together and give us the theme for the month of May for you. So the oracle is giving us, I don't even know how to say her name, Lorelei. I think it says Lorelei. I think that's what it says. So she looks like she is a beautiful mermaid that has come out of the waters and is just sort of looking. And it's quite interesting because she looks so young. She looks so young and innocent. That's the first thing that I get with her. But at the same time, I feel like she's showing us young and innocent when actually maybe she isn't so young and innocent. And what's interesting here as well, and I know it's not very clear on camera, but she's sitting on a rock, so she has climbed out of her comfort zone, okay? Because obviously being a mer person, being in the water is her comfort zone, but she has climbed out of the water and she's sitting there. Now, the interesting thing is she's sitting on a rock.
This that we have over here is a ship. All right. So it's a ship sailing in the ocean, and might not be clear, but there's this rope that she's holding on to. And there's its anchor, and she's holding onto this rope, or holding onto the chain. So she actually has the fate of that ship in her hands. She actually gets to decide I almost want to say the fate of the ship. So Lorelei sits there. She looks so young, and she looks so innocent, and she looks like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She really does. She looks like she's so innocent, but I think there's an undercurrent, okay? And if pushed too far, I think she could whip, if she just pulls that chain or pulls that rope, she could cause that whole ship to topple and that whole ship to capsize. So it's almost like the fate of that ship rests in her hands, and she's still deciding. She's still trying to decide, am I in a good mood or am I in a bad mood? Am I going to let them go or am I going to pull them down? Because she has that kind of authority and kind of power about her. So that's quite interesting as a theme for the month ahead, Leo. But considering how we start off, considering how we sort of, there's all this buzz of excitement and buzz of energy around you. And I do think you've got to realize the power that you contain. But let's have a look at the tarot before we continue. And this is going to be also for your theme for the month ahead. I look at that. So it's quite interesting because the story of Lorelei here, she's had a tough past. She's had a tough life. And it's almost like depending on her mood as to how she responds and how she retaliates. So if is she wanting to heal her past and to just let the ship sail on? Or is she feeling like she needs revenge? Is she feeling vindictive? Is she feeling a bit nasty? In which case she could cause pain and suffering for those on the ship. What we have here is the card of disappointment. So the Five of Cups, this person who is maybe a different version of Lorelei, okay? This person has had so much tragedy and so much pain that they are literally drowning in their own tears. We do have these beautiful flowers which are reminding us of how fragile and delicate life actually can be. So, Leo, very interesting month for you so far, looking at this. The theme that's coming through quite strongly is the power that you possess because of the past that you've endured. Simple as that. The power that you possess because of the past that you've endured, because of the pain and suffering that you've endured, you now have within your hands the power to make or break. Now, you've come into the month like ready for action. You've come into the month saying, let's make things happen. I'm ready. Let's do this. And I think it's about just also recognizing and understanding the power that you have and therefore using it to your advantage and not wasting it. Okay. So that's the theme, recognizing and utilizing the power that's available to you because of what you've endured in the past. We're now going to move on to our next card. And this is something, this is a card that's going to tell you what you will accomplish during the month. So this is the energy, okay? And this is the theme. Now we're going to have a look at what is something that you will endure during the month of May. And we've got the beautiful Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, I love her. She's my favorite of the queens because she's kind, she's caring, she's considerate, but she's also action oriented. So very much like our Knight of Swords here. She's very action oriented. In other words, she just wants to get things done. Okay. She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to strategize. She doesn't want to feel anything. She's like, actually, just can we get on to doing what needs to be done? She recognizes how much work there is. She recognizes all that is around her, and she's sort of like, let's just get it done. If we all get involved, and if everybody does their share, and if everybody carries their weight, we're going to accomplish so much. So she is that organizer. She is that person that can get things done. And if she can't do it, she will find somebody who can, because she's very resourceful in that way. And this is something, Leo, that you will accomplish. So there's a lot going on. And this is almost like Spirit saying that we have full faith in you, that you will accomplish it all. Okay. Whatever it is that's in store for you in the month of May, whatever it is that's on your to-do list, you're definitely going to accomplish it all. And if it's things that you can't do personally, you will find somebody who can do it for you. Now we're going to look at, against odds, what is something that you need to avoid during the month of May. So this is what to avoid. And we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, this is getting interesting now, okay? Because the Three of Pentacles is the card of teamwork. It's the card of bringing everybody together, and recognizing that you don't have to do everything on your own. But this is under what to avoid. And I think this is Spirit saying that don't take on other people's duties. Don't take on things that other people should be doing. You need to avoid doing for others. You need to make sure that everybody's coming together and that everybody's accomplishing what they need to do. Your job, I'm going to call it, is the project manager, not to do the work, but to project manage the job. And you need to avoid other people saying, oh, no, it's fine. You do it, you do it, you do it. You need to avoid the problem of finding people and just get them to do the work. All right. Because that's the big thing here is you're not supposed to do the work. You need to get the people to do the work. All right. So avoid doing the work that other people should be doing. We're coming down over here now, and this is the card of something that you should be embracing during the month of May. So something positive that you need to embrace during the month of May. Yeah, let's see, this is getting very interesting. Very interesting, because we've got a card of teamwork, but it's basically Spirit saying to avoid that, okay? Basically, Spirit saying, like, don't do everybody's work for them. Make everybody do their own thing. You don't want to be the one doing the work for them. And something to embrace is your own success, your own skills, your own capabilities. And, you know, and it goes back to our theme, because remember, the theme is the power that you possess because of what you've endured in the past. So you need to embrace the fact that you have been there, done that, and got the t-shirt, okay? And because you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, means you don't need more t-shirts, all right? Let other people get their own t-shirts. Avoid managing other people's issues. Getting it? You see, avoid managing other people's issues. It's time to give them the opportunities, sure, because that's what the Queen of Wands does. She gives them the opportunities. But then, you know that whole saying of you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink? So this is you leading the horse to water. They choose to drink or not. You focusing on only your role, your responsibility, and letting everybody else do whatever it is they want to do. Because here, under what to embrace, you've got to embrace yourself, your own potential, your own abilities, your own strengths, your own weaknesses even. And you've got to recognize that nobody else is like you. So we have the mermaid here, and then directly below that we have mermaid again. And notice how here she's actually ventured higher. Here she's sitting on a rock, but here she's sitting on top of a lighthouse. So she's grown up a little bit. Lorelei has grown up a little bit, and she's got a fishing rod. Okay, we've still got ships, so she's still surrounded. The situation hasn't changed much. It's just our perspective of the situation that has changed. And you need to embrace the fact that you, on your own, without anybody else, you on your own are actually pretty fabulous. How's that for a story, Leo? You on your own, without anybody else, you are actually pretty fabulous. True story. True story. All right. Next we have is an obstacle that you may need to overcome. So a challenge or an obstacle that you may need to overcome during the month of May, and we have got the Ace of Pentacles. You know what that is? The Ace of Pentacles is about planting seeds and about understanding what could come of that, or how it would come, or the potential. So, and as an obstacle that you may need to overcome, I take it as your patience. You know, so I am going to say to you that an obstacle that you may have to overcome is getting things started, getting things moving, getting things going, because everybody is so used to you doing everything. Everybody, because every single one of these cards are about the individual, about you, and you're navigating and doing for everybody else. And the challenge, the obstacle that you may face is getting things going. But once it's going, because you know you're looking at your abilities, you're looking at your strength, and you're saying, well, I can do so much, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And it's that decision as to which one we can go for, and then the patience to actually get it started, to actually get it off the ground. Okay, so that is an obstacle that you may face during the month that you may need to work through. But I don't see it as being a big obstacle. I don't see it as being a massive challenge for you at all. Not at all, Leo. Okay, let's have a look at the support that's available to you. So maybe the support will help you to overcome the obstacle. Let's have a look. But the support that is available to you, the Tower. I love the Tower card. The Tower card is about embracing change. It's about embracing the letting go of stuff. So whatever it is that you want to start, whatever it is that you want to initiate, whatever it is that you want to get going with during the month of May, maybe you need to let go of it first. So the saying that comes to me as I look at this and I listen to the story that we're talking here is that whole saying about, set it free, and if it's meant to be with you, it'll come back to you, and if it's not meant to be, it'll just fly off. That's what I'm getting with this Tower card for you, Leo. Is almost like, the support that's available to you is not so much getting things working right from the beginning, because remember, this is an obstacle, this is a challenge that you may face. But the support that's available to you is once things have gone wrong, once you've actually let go and trusted the process and gone with the flow, trusted that gets you where you need to go. So once you've trusted and allowed things to evolve and happen in its own time, then we're able to see the truth. Then we're able to recognize the situation for what it is, and therefore make changes that need to be made in order to have better outcomes and better results. But almost like you need to surrender to the process. You need to give into the process of getting things off the ground, of getting things started. And sometimes it is going to feel lonely. Sometimes it is going to feel like you're completely alone in this particular situation. But you've got to surrender to the process. And if you can surrender to the process, you'll have more success in overcoming the obstacles that are there for you. Loving this, actually, Leo. Right, next we have an action that you need to perform, an action that you actually need to carry out during the month of May. And the action you've got is the Magician card. And the Magician card is interesting because it says that you here we have the Magician's hat, and it says that you can pull anything out of the hat that you want. And this is something that you need to do. So your confidence, especially when I look at your theme for the month, your confidence may be a bit low. You may be feeling a little bit insecure and a little bit overwhelmed by everything. So your confidence may be a bit low or maybe a bit small. And the Magician card here as the action is saying, you know what, when the going gets tough, when things get a bit scary, no, scary is maybe not the right word, but when you're a little bit uncertain or unsure of yourself, you've got to pull the rabbit out of the hat. That is the action, okay? And you've got to know that you always will. You always will be able to pull that rabbit out of the hat. You have that potential within you, that it doesn't matter what you're facing. It doesn't matter how scary the situation gets. You will always find a way to repair, to fix, and to mend. I love that. And finally, Leo, we have got advice from Spirit. So just to end it off on a positive note, advice from Spirit, and we have the 7 of Wands. Look at him. We've got Mr. Muscle Man, and Mr. Muscle Man is pulling the bars apart. Okay, he's all tattooed and he's all fabulous. He is pulling the bars apart. He is revealing parts of himself that we hadn't maybe seen before. The other way of looking at it is, these bars are, maybe he thinks he's in jail. Maybe he thinks these bars are a defense mechanism to hold him back, to keep him trapped, or to keep him, stuck in a place. If you look at this huge big tattoo on his shoulder here about love, so he's trying to do everything right. He's trying to be the right person. He's got these curtains behind him, and we can see the clear skies behind him, but he's so focused on what he thinks is trapping him, on what he thinks is holding him back. So he's now putting all his effort in to pull these bars apart, because he feels that if he doesn't pull these bars apart, he's limited or restricted. So the advice that Spirit is giving you here is, don't always look at everything from a negative point of view, because in this particular case, if he turned around and looked behind him, opened the curtains, and realized that he would see that there's nothing stopping him, there's nothing blocking him except what is in his mind. And I'm going to bring this advice back to our theme for the month ahead. So Leo, the theme for the month ahead was that you have the power within you to do things, to change things, to overcome things, to overpower things, because of everything that you've experienced in your past. Don't look at everything with a negative outlook. Don't always see the hardships and the challenges and the difficulties, but actually realize that you have the power to do anything that you want to do, anything that you need to do. You can pull those rabbits out of the hat, but you do need to surrender. Things are not quite going according to plan. Surrender to that, and whatever you do, make sure that you're not carrying other people. Let other people do their jobs. people do what they're supposed to do, what's relevant for them. You focus on you. You do you, Leo. You do you, because you are fabulous in that way. And honestly, this excites me, because I think that this whole kind of session, that this whole reading that I've got here, is telling you that May is going to be busy, May is going to be wonderful, May is going to be amazing. You hold the power in your hands, and you can focus on, you can choose what you want to focus on, you can choose what's relevant and significant for you. But honestly, I feel like May is going to be awesome, absolutely awesome for you. So Leo, wishing you a month of success, a month of power, a month of strength, and a month of courage. And with love and blessings from my heart to yours, and until we connect again, take care, Leo.